Do you want to build a valuable personal brand? Well, check out the following video. It was shot at our recent personal branding event at Beyond Billables HQ at the Gabba with the brilliant Anita Siek and Sally Prosser. Now, we cover a lot of ground about personal branding, about being insecure, about putting yourself out there, about the value for employers, and everything in between. So check out the video. I hope you find lots of value in it.
That's a good question. I think when it comes to personal brand, we actually all have personal brands. I think it's just until we've realized that there's always this feeling of, oh, I don't know if I should say that. And I think that's where the voice elements comes in. Like voice, in my eyes, I think it's such a powerful thing in personal branding, because if you were to think about it, each and every single one of us have a voice. We all have the ability to step up and talk about something. And I guess when it comes to personal branding, and when I felt like I wanted to kind of put myself out there, that was very scary. I still remember the first picture I put up. It was me holding a pink flamingo. I don't know whether you guys have seen it. I was like, I need something next to me. But it's a very scary thing, putting yourself out there. But I also think it all depends on how you look at it. Because if you look at it from a space of, oh, I'm making this about me, then I don't think that's the right approach to look at it. But if you look at it from a space of, I'm showing up and I'm here to share a message to just one person in this room. If you can show up in that mindset, everything changes. If I can just show up today and impact one person in this room of 20 or so people, that's why I'm here, that's why I'm showing up, and that's why I'm here as me.
Yeah. It's less about you and more about the service. And yeah. What about you, Sal? When did you stumble upon personal branding and in your story?
When we were at an event earlier this year and I was speaking to you, Mike, and you're really good at personal brand, you should go into that. And I was like, I think it was because I just never had any idea about ads, and so I always thought organic posting was the way that you had to go about it. And so I thought, oh, well, I better just post on every platform every day and hope for the best. But what was good about that is it becomes, for me, almost like a personal diary. I look at some of the things that I posted a couple of months ago or a year ago, and honestly, some of the stuff that I posted then I wouldn't post now. I disagree with. I mean, my very first viral TikTok, so it was in February last year. Funnily enough, people thought it was because of COVID, but it was coincidentally before that. And it was, don't do these 3 things if you want to sound competent, confident, and credible. And it was quite snarky, and that's maybe why it went so viral. I went from 45 followers, the 45 followers I knew on the platform, to 10,000 in a week. It was nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, they talk about your phone blowing up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I felt like I wanted to throw it off the balcony. But the interesting thing is that I wouldn't post that again now. Right now, I'm all about positivity and encouragement, and I'm not the whole, don't do this. And I think that's okay. And as you were saying, the fear of putting things out there, oh, it's on the internet, it's permanent, you've got to live by it forever. And honestly, in the world of cancel culture, I can understand how there is that hesitance. But I'm very confident to put out things, and if I don't agree with it anymore, I'm happy to say, yes, that was what I felt at that time, and I don't now. And that helps give me the courage to just always put out stuff that I'm feeling at the time.
100%. I work with so many people in corporates, generally women, but some men as well, who are there going, I don't know, I need some speaking training because I'm struggling to get promotions or be heard in a meeting, and I need to speak to the board. That's really terrifying, and they think it's a public speaking issue. No, you're working at a place where you're not respected, with people that you don't like, talking about content you don't give a shit about. Of course you're not going to be animated. And that's why this year I've been doing a life coaching course, and I help people discover their life's purpose, which I'm really, really loving, because so often the voice is just the symptom of something much greater. Every single person, when they're around people who support them, speaking about something they're passionate about, sounds $1 million. It's very rarely the actual voice, and I totally agree with you. It's the universe giving you a sign saying, you know what, maybe this isn't the place for you. I'm not saying leave your job, but
I'll talk about, so I think the moment for me for the word Fetty and Anita distinction, I'll talk a little bit about that because that actually took a long time, like literally, like in my head, I'm like, I do this for other people. I can totally do this, just give me a day. It took me like 8 months. And I think I was talking to Charlotte before, I was like, I wrote the copy, it's ready, I've got the copy for Word Fetty, I've got the copy for Anita, let's go, let's do it, 3 months, let's do it. It took like 1.5 years. But I guess the biggest one thing that really helped me to realize and kind of gave me a tap to be like, you know what, it's time to actually step up as Anita and actually Word Fetty's got its own thing, was when I actually asked, what is the intention of Word Fetty and what is my intention? Word Fetty is a big part of me, like I'm not gonna lie, but it's not all of me. Like it's only one part of what makes Anita Anita. Like there are so many other things that I'm so deeply passionate about that I want to give a spotlight to, which I will, but I can't do that under Word Fetty. So I guess in a way for me, I had to really look from the eagle eye perspective, what is my intention as a human? Yes, Word Fetty is going to be a big chunk of it, but I don't know. I think there's something else here. There is something else there. So there is something else there. So for me, I had to get very clear of what Word Fetty was going to become, because Word Fetty actually started as a side gig, and then it progressed very quickly as an agency style model. And I've shared this quite a bit on my podcast, but I have to be honest, like I never once paused and considered what success actually looked like for me. I just ran. I just kept running because it just kept coming. Like the leads were just overflowing, and that's the natural progression in my eyes, because that's what I saw everyone else around me do. They hired more people. You're told to get an account manager. You're told to hire more people, and that's how you scale, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I did exactly that. And my husband's at the back, and he saw it all. He's seen it all. but literally, we would get the most incredible clients, dream clients, literally knocking, calling, and I did not feel that zing. That everyone, like I should be so grateful, but I didn't feel that zing, and that was a massive moment for me to be like, I don't think this model that I'm going forth with is this story that resonates with my success story.
Yeah.
So I had to get really clear on what success actually looks like for me. And that is not to grow as a big agency. I thought I had to get a studio to feel successful. And I did. I didn't feel successful. I actually felt trapped.
Yeah.
Because I am that person that will put earphones on and be like, do not, I am in my copy cave. Do not disturb, but I am also that person that will be in my copy cave for like 10 hours and no one can ask me questions. Not very good when you're in a team environment. So, you know, when I got clear on what success looks like for me, and I'd highly recommend anyone in here, whether or not you're in corporate or whether or not you're in business or in the early stage of business, take the time to actually think about what success looks like for you. Not what it looks like for your parents, not what it looks like for your partner, what it looks like, love you, babe, but what it looks like for you. Like what are those moments that make you the most zing? I call it zing, and lean in on that.
If you find value in any of these videos, we'd love it if you can like, subscribe, and share it around. It motivates us to make more, and we'd love to reach more lawyers and professionals around the world.